and welcome to the Office of Economic Development Business Information Session. My name is Margaret McGee, and I'm the Business Services Manager. Business services assist entrepreneurs and business owners in starting and growing their business. We help in navigating through the different departments within city government to obtain permits and licenses. We also connect the business community with organizations that can provide technical assistance, incentives, resources, and other programs beneficial in operating a business. One way we do this is to host business information sessions. These sessions are held throughout the year, and topics are gathered from entrepreneurs, surveys, and information we collect from the business community. This is the second of 3 sessions, Protecting Your Business Name and Trademarks. Today we have Miss Erica Alterzan and Lakeisha Hanley, and I think Quincy is going to also join us. They're all commercial specialists with the Louisiana Secretary of State. They will share their expertise and help us navigate through the Go Biz process. To keep down distractions, attendees, please turn your videos off, mute your speakers. I ask that you place any questions you have in the chat box, and we'll get to them throughout the session or in the Q&A section. All handouts shared with me will be shared with you guys within 24 to 48 hours once the meeting has ended. I'll now go ahead and turn it over to Erica and Lakeisha.
Thanks, Ms. Margaret. Hey, y'all. My name is Erica Altazan. I'm a supervisor here at the Louisiana Secretary of State's office. We look forward to sharing some of the functionalities of GoBiz, which is where you would be doing your business filings with our office with you guys. Lakeisha is going to walk y'all through a presentation in just a moment when we share the screen of those functionalities of GoBiz. And like Ms. Margaret asked, if you just want to put your questions in the chat, and then after Lakeisha is finished, I can go through a live demo and we can do a question and answer to get anything we don't cover in the presentation answered for you guys, okay? So I'm going to hand it over now to Lakeisha.
Hi guys, welcome. I'm excited to give you guys an intro on GoBiz, going into the future. All right, so this is our GoBiz website. So here our GoBiz is designed to be kind of like a one-stop shop. It's a perfect example to help streamlining the process to help the business owners give current and it gives the current and potential business owners a single place to go for necessary information to operate within the state. Now, approval for licenses and permits are still coming from the individual agencies, but GoBiz is designed to give you a one place to start off. It's a clearinghouse for regulatory information. So once you go into your GoBiz portal, you're going to click the Create an Account button. I want to show you guys what that looks like. This is the sign in or create an account. You're going to start here by clicking sign in. And then once you sign in, if you have created an account before, you'll just type in your email address and password. But if you haven't, we're going to click create an account. Once you click there, it's going to give you this first screen where you're going to enter in your email address twice and a password twice. Password has to be at least 8 characters and a capital letter and a number. Make sure you select you are not a robot and that you agree to the terms and conditions. Once you do that, click create an account. So once that happens, it's going to take you to a screen to enter in your address, your name, and the any phone numbers. then you'll see the, where you can click to get here. Once you do that, you're gonna get an email. It's gonna show that they're sent a confirmation email to the email address. You have to click on this link. It's gonna come from a do not reply at sos.la.gov. Sometimes it does go to your spam folders because it's from a do not reply. So we urge you to search it in your search box to get our emails and then add it so it won't go to your spam folders. You're gonna click on this blue link, either by clicking here where it's blue or the link below. Once you click there, it's gonna take you back to the GoBiz website where you have to click the sign in button again. Once you click to sign in, you'll put in your email address and the password that you used. Once you're in, you see where we're on our dashboard. This whole screen is the dashboard. If anytime you get lost, always click this right here, the speedometer is the dashboard. It's gonna take you back here, and it's give you a first glance at everything that's provided for your business filings and any alerts. So here is our businesses tab. And this is where you can see any alerts that you may have done, with the business. I'm gonna get more into that next. So if we click on our filings tab, it's going to show all of the filings that have been done, whether it's a draft, approved, rejected, any update. So if it's, like I said, the status shows here, approved or a draft. And if you have any alerts, that number will be right there. So if we click the alert, the number, skipped ahead, I'm sorry. We're gonna go back to that. Once you click the businesses tab, when you click here, it's gonna show you all of the businesses that are associated with your account. If you registered a business before, or you wanna add it to, where you already registered one, you wanna add it to, or if you're doing a new one, you're going to go to your businesses tab and add existing business. All of the businesses will come on this page. This is your calendar. When you go to your calendar, every business on the previous page where we saw all the businesses, all of them will be listed here. It's gonna show when your annual reports are due. It's gonna show any significant dates that come along with the registration of any businesses that are associated with the account. So we have different ways of communicating with you and notifications. There are email notifications that are sent. It will come from that do not reply. If you need to do any association with any filings with the associated account as far as annual reports or renewals. Those are sent by email. We also have the alerts where you're able to check the status or notified of any necessary corrections regarding a submitted filing by using the alerts. Also give the option of text messaging. You're able to enroll in SMS text notifications to receive any email alerts. So you'll get a text first saying you got an email. You go to your email, click the links. Here, we're just giving you what the icons look like at the top. You have the dashboard. Like I said, that's the one that's gonna take you, every time it's gonna take you back to that dashboard if you ever get lost. You have the second one, that's your alerts. That's what everything that's coming up, if you need any approval, any rejections, anything with your submissions. If you have any frequently asked questions, you can click there. It's helpful. It's usually the common questions that we get. And this is for your profile. If you want to maybe change your name or the address for the account or the GoBiz account, not for the actual filings. Now here, we're gonna take you into doing a name reservation. So remember when I told you earlier there was a get started button that was right underneath that dashboard? It was get started right here. Once you click the get started button, it's gonna take you to this screen. This screen is gonna give you all the options that you're able to do through GoBiz. So with us doing a name reservation, we're gonna click the third option, register a Louisiana business just starting up. Then click next. It's gonna take you to this page. You can read the information. It's basically saying that you're gonna start your new business. If it's a LLC corporation, you're gonna select the type. and a FEIN number is required from the IRS. So we're gonna do start new business filing. On this screen, this is where you're gonna indicate what type of business you're doing. So if you're doing an LLC, a corporation, profit or nonprofit, a partnership, a LLP, things of that nature, you're gonna select that. And you're gonna select domestic if it's based out of Louisiana, foreign if it's not. So for this, at this time, for registering an LLC, it's showing that we're doing an LLC based in Louisiana and our filing is $100. So this is when we're filing the name reservation. When you're doing a name reservation, you're going to fill out this information. It's going to ask you, who are you signing on behalf of? So the party that's reserving the name, you're going to, if you're reserving it for someone else, you're gonna put the other person's name right here where it said name is reserved on behalf of, and then you put your information here. And then you'll electronically sign and your title. But the name of the name you're reserving will go in the first block. After you typed in everything, it's gonna give you an overview page. This is where you make sure all the information is correct before you submit it to our office. If you do need to make any corrections, you will click on the pencils on the side. If you click on one of the pencils, it'll take you back to that section and you can change or edit whatever you need to edit. Please know that once you click next and submit this, you cannot change this information. So this is why we give you the review page to make sure that everything is complete. So the average processing time for through our GoBiz portal is 2 to 3 business days. If you would like your filing expedited, you will have to pay an additional fee. It's a $50 fee, but it will be processed within 2 to 3 business hours. So it's always giving you an option before you actually check out. Here's the payment screen. So the payment screen is going to ask you which form of payment you would like to provide in order to submit your filing. So we do have a credit card. You can select credit card, which we accept all major credit cards, whether it's credit or debit, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. If you select the bank account option, it is going to be as an e-check. So it's going to ask you for the routing number and the account number that's usually found on the bottom of your check. Once you've selected your payment type, you're going to click checkout and file, and it's going to take you to the next page to enter in that information, either the credit card information or the bank account information. But please note that for the credit card, if you check out using a credit card, you're going to have a $5 state fee that is added. But if you're paying with your bank account or e-check, it does not have you paying the $5 state fee. So once it's submitted to us, it's going to give you a thank you page. It's going to let you know about any notifications regarding that name reservation. Now here, we're going to go back to our filings page once that's submitted, and it's going to show you the status of your filing. And then it shows you the alerts that you have with your filing. If you would like to get a receipt of your filing, you're going to click that printer button. It's going to generate a receipt for you. If you click the eyeball, it's going to take you into the actual filing that you submitted. It's going to give you an application so you can print out the documents that was sent to us. So remember, if you come to your filings page, this will give you all the, if you need a receipt, you click the printer. If you want to view what you submitted, you click the eyeball. Okay. So now, if we clicked on the alerts, it's going to give us the page where it shows it had 3 alerts on the previous page. So it shows that the name reservation was submitted, it was queued, and then it was submitted, and then here it's showing it was accepted. So those were the 3 alerts that happened in real time. It even gives you the time that it was submitted and approved by us. So again, this is not the actual document. You have to click Get Documents to get the actual document, okay? My apologies. So when you click Get Documents, these are the documents that you're going to receive. You will always receive a copy of the documents whenever a filing is accepted by our office. If the name reservation is accepted, you will fill out for profit. If you're doing a corporation, you will need to apply for your EIN number. Your EIN number is going to be given to you through the IRS, and you can go online for that at www.irs.gov. Please note, the FEIN is only required for those that are creating tax accounts with the Department of Revenue. But at least right here, you at least know that your name is, it is available and it's for you for the next 90 days. 120 days. So here, we're gonna go back to our GoBiz and you're gonna see the Businesses tab. Businesses, again, you can search by your entity name, your entity type. But here is where I want you to see that if you click here, it's gonna take you to the company's detailed records. But in order for you to get it, let me step back for a second. Any businesses that you want to add to your GoBiz account can be found here when you click the Add Existing Business button. When you click that button, it's going to take you to a search bar. You're going to search for the business, and then you're gonna click the plus sign, which adds it to your GoBiz account. So say that you added the wrong one. You can click the X and it'll just unassociate it. If you wanted to view the information for that business or your business, you're gonna click the eyeball and it's gonna take you into a detailed view of the actual filing, well, of the actual entity. But this is only after it is filed. So now we're gonna go into converting that name reservation. Excuse me. So once you have obtained the FEIN, if necessary, you'll go back to the GoBiz portal and you're going to sign back in, of course. So you can, once you sign back in and go to your Businesses tab, you'll click on the eyeball. Like I said, it's gonna take you into the detail of what the actual filing is, or the name reservation, right? So if you did your name reservation, when you convert it, you paid $25 for your name reservation. So that $25 goes toward your processing, your actual filing fee. So it takes off that $25. So if you do a corporation, it'll take off the $25 for the complete of the filing. LLC, again, like we showed earlier, it was $100 for a domestic. So if that name reservation is associated and we're converting it, it takes that $25 off and you'll just pay the remaining balance, which is $75. When converting the name reservation, you are able to select tax types to file with the Department of Revenue. Remember in the beginning when I said that this is for streamlining you for all of everything that you may need when it comes to registering your business. So we have a section that actually gives this information over to the Department of Revenue if you're ready to file tax accounts. If you're not, then you can select no accounts needed. This is asking, detailed questions on if you have employees in Louisiana. If you select yes, it's going to give you information for you to send over to the Workforce Commission. If you have the business matter, if you get FUTA, if you're in a state other than Louisiana, you select yes or no. So the requirements for tax type are determined by Department of Revenue and based on the type of entity that you have chosen to file. If you file a corporation, these entities are required to file a certain tax account by the Louisiana Department of Revenue. It's going to let you know that the ownership type corporation requires a corporate income and franchise tax account. So then it's going to make you go back and select that tax account. If you're doing a corporation or entities that are taxed. So we're going to go into an example of the articles of incorporation. It's similar to the articles of organization, which is the LLC, but these articles of incorporation are going to ask you these questions. It's going to add in So on here is asking of any information. It's basically you're typing in the same thing, any business names, any registered agents, any officers, things like that. Is basically the information for your business. The next one is going to show the next 3 pages of the actual filing for articles of organization.
What we're looking at here, it's basically just asking for the minimum statutory requirements. It's gonna be the registered agent for that entity, any officers or directors that are gonna be listed in the addresses required for those, and their titles. From there, you're just gonna continue on through the application.
Okay. So now, once it's processed, it's going to give you this warning. It's letting you know that the registered agent email is going to be sent after it's reviewed by our office. If the application has deemed fileable, then the agent will receive the email. Whomever you have listed as a registered agent, that's, they're going to receive the email, so they have to accept the appointment. If they do not accept the appointment, it will be rejected. Is letting them know that you have 7 days to accept the registered agent appointment. Sawyer? This is a preview of what you're going to see once you do it. We always give you a preview page to make sure that you look over any information that you submit to our office. Because again, once it's submitted, that's the information that we have to go off of. So we make sure that you have your review page. Like I said, if you had anything you need to change, you'll go to the pencils on the section that you would like to change. Here, this is what Department of Revenue requires. If you have to put in your, if you had to put in like the FEIN number or the EIN number, it's going to ask you more details about your business with your tax types. Is wanting to know all the information from your FEIN number to the incorporator's name, the registered office address, things of that nature. You will also need your NAICS code. Your NAICS code is basically what the business activity is. So if you're doing retail or marketing or consulting, you're going to click the magnifying glass on the side. Once you click that, it's gonna give you a list, and you're gonna search by a keyword saying consulting or retail, and it's gonna give you an NAICS code. You're gonna put that in. The description will populate later, but once you type in your contribution, it has to add up to 100. Once you do that, you're gonna click validate, and then it should take you to your next page. So here, earlier when it asked if you have any employees, and I said that it goes hand in hand with Workforce Commission. Now it's gonna ask you about the payroll for Workforce Commission, so you're gonna enter in the payroll information. It's gonna also still give you another review page. If it's incorrect, again, you still have the pencils on the side before you submit. This is our agent response. So earlier I said you will receive an email, and they have to accept it within 7 business days. Now, well, 7 days, I'm sorry. Now, this is coming from a do not reply at sos.la.gov, so it will go to spam. That's why I said to add us to your email preferences. Once you get that email, they're gonna click on that blue link, and you're going to see where it says, I, such and such, hereby acknowledge and accept the appointment of registered agent. They have to type in that name. Oops, sorry. I hit it. They have to type in the name for electronic signature and click submit. If they don't, that is going to reject the filing. But once this is completed, the filing is accepted and completed on our end. So you should be able to, you will receive your copy. So this is what we see about retrieving your documents. Completed documents can be retrieved for 120 days. I hope you guys remember how to get to this page. If you don't, you can definitely go back to your dashboard and you're going to go to your filings tab. You're gonna click on the eyeball and it's gonna take you right here. So these are the documents that you're gonna receive. This is mainly, this side is it's the LLC. You're going to receive the letter stating, thank you, it's been approved, letting you know that your payment for the filing is acknowledged by the letter. You're going to get your certificate showing that it has been created and is recorded in this office. This is your articles. And this is the registered agent acceptance. So when they accepted it, this is what it shows, that they accepted it on this date. And this is the articles of organization or incorporation, based on which one of your businesses that you choose, your entities that you choose.
I think from here, we'll go through these pages fairly quickly because the filings that she went over with you guys before are our more detailed filings, those that are required to give information for Louisiana Department of Revenue and Workforce Commission because they are corporations or taxed as corporations. The limited liability company has less requirements, so we'll kind of go through these pages a little bit quickly.
Okay, so this is for the LLC. Only LLCs that answer the owner's type question with corporation are required to file the same tax accounts for profit corporations. So if you select, if this is where you select if you're a partnership, sole proprietor, or corporation. And remember the do you have employees in Louisiana, or is your business subject to FUTA in the state other than Louisiana? These are your articles of organization and initial report. This is for LLCs. So you require, like Erica said, less information. So you're gonna put in the name of the company, your purpose, your duration, and here you're gonna do your officers, members, or managers. Same thing, you're just putting in the information, you're adding the contact. Please don't forget to select a role. One of the roles for an LLC is either a member or manager. Right, we're going back to the calendar feature. So the calendar feature, it gives you all the renewals and annual report dates for the businesses listed on your account. So it shows you at least 1 year ahead or 1 month behind the current date. So there are color coded. If the annual report is available, it's gonna be green. If the annual report is due, it's gonna be yellow. If the business is subject to termination or revocation, it's gonna be red. So when you see red, we know that it's something, it's getting to the bad point. So green means go, let's get it done.
And you can avoid that being subject to termination or revocation by filing the annual report. Those are gonna be available 30 days ahead of the anniversary date. And the anniversary date is gonna be the date of the filing being completed with our office. So the date that agent accepts. So 30 days ahead of that date is gonna be when your annual report is available. It's due on the anniversary date. And if you miss that, that's when you'll receive notification from our office that it is subject to termination or revocation. And from there, you're still able to file it up to a certain time beyond that.
So this is maintaining the company. So any filings such as amendments or annual reports can be accessed through the dashboard for associated businesses. So if you associated your business with it earlier, as I showed, you're going to go back to your businesses tab and click on the business name. Once you click on the business name, you're gonna see where it has all the amendments. So if you wanna file for ownership, name change, any notice of changes, other amendments, articles of termination, all those filing amendments will be there associated with the business that you went into from the businesses tab. And this is how you file the annual. It's not up there at the moment, but if it was, it'll be underneath this file amendments.
And on the sample she's showing you, the reason it's not available is because whenever we took this shot, it must have not been within the 30 days of availability before that anniversary date. And anytime that is the case, the option you have to update the information shown currently is using that notice or statement of change option that it shows right there. So you're gonna have one of two options to update the information, the notice or statement of change or the annual report if it's within the 30 days of that anniversary date.
So here is your saved payments. So if you have, if you choose to save your saved payments to GoBiz, if you choose, it's not required. We can definitely, we're accepting of that. So if you're gonna go to the Head and Shoulders icon and you're gonna click Manage Saved Payments, it's going to take you to this screen. It's gonna show you if you have any saved payments there. If you don't have any and you would like to save them, you're gonna click the Add New Credit Card and you're gonna type in the credit card information. Here is for the authorized filer. If you wish to file articles that have been drawn up and notarized, you can do so by uploading a PDF document. When you created the GoBiz profile, you click the I routinely file and submit new business registration for individuals other than myself and choose to upload signed and notarized documents rather than utilize the Secretary of State form. So even though you're typing in the information, you still can upload your original documents, but they do have to match. Everything that you have on that notarized copy has to match what you typed into the system. Here is where it's gonna ask you for the notarized documents. When you're in the application, when you're getting towards the end, you're getting to the point where it's going to ask, once you type in all your information, it's gonna ask, would you like to upload the original documents? If you don't have any, that's fine, select no. But if you do, then you're going to select yes, and it's gonna tell you to choose a file, and you'll upload the document as a PDF.
And this is only gonna appear if you have that button that she just showed you in your profile checked, where it's I routinely file for others. And that's gonna be if you have an attorney draw up your documents. A lot of service companies will use this because they file for individuals. So if that doesn't apply to you, leave that unchecked and you'll never see that next page she shows you.
So we also offer an SBF, which is Secure Business Filing Service. It's an optional service that's designed to discourage fraudulent business filings in Louisiana. So if you decide to enroll, you do agree to approve or reject all future business filings submitted within 5 days from the date you were notified of the pending business filing. If you do not take the action of the pending filing within the 5 days, it will not be processed by us. So the SBF is, did it say about the 16-digit?
Yeah, if you are enrolled in the SBF program, it's gonna be specific to the profile you enroll within. So when you sign approval of the SBF enrollment is who will receive a 16-digit PIN. You'll need to save that 16-digit PIN, and for any future filings, that would apply to an annual report, the notice of change that we talked about, any amendments to that filing, the email address within that profile will receive an email to view that amendment and either approve or reject it. So you'll need to store that 16-digit PIN, and that's gonna be your password to approve or reject any future filings. And that's only if you're enrolled within the secured business filing, and we'll show you what that document looks like, because it is a document that you'll need to access, print out, have signed and notarized, and upload back into your account for us to approve before you'll be considered enrolled.
So before you submit the application to enroll into the SBF program, you must acknowledge the purpose, requirements for the enrollment, and the function of the SBF enrollment. So this will be all the information that you have to approve before you can apply for it. Now, if you want to get a copy, you'll select the download the SBF authorization affidavit. You'll complete it and print the affidavit, have a notary witness and verify the signature, and then convert it to a PDF document and you can upload it to us. So here's what Erica was telling you. This is the actual form. When you click on that link, this is the form that's gonna pop up. You're going to enter in all this information and it has to match the legal business name as registered with us. Like you have to make sure that's exactly what you register with us, the name and the email address that you're using with your GoBiz. Again, you're gonna print your name and sign, but it has to be notarized. But you're gonna have to make sure that this match exactly what's on file for the business. Once you do that and you save it as a PDF, you scan it, save it as a PDF, you're going to upload and choose file to upload the PDF document. Once you do that, you're gonna get a thank you. The enrollment will be, the application will be reviewed by our office, and it takes an average of 1 to 2 business days to be reviewed. Once it has been accepted, the enrollee will receive an email at the email address associated with the GoBiz account. It will contain the PIN number needed to approve or reject any filing submitted after the enrollment. So it's the responsibility of the PIN holder to keep the PIN secure or provide it to anyone they wish to file with their approval or on their behalf. The PIN can be changed, but only through the PIN holder's GoBiz account. So you will receive that email that has that 16-digit PIN number. Please keep that for your safety. So that's the end of our presentation. We want to thank you guys for listening to us, taking the time out for us. If you do have any questions, we are happy to assist you with. You can either go to gobiz.com and you'll see a contact us at the bottom, or you can call us at 225-925-4704.
Thank you, Lakeisha. That was great. And we will share this presentation with Ms. Margaret and she'll be able to share it with you guys as well if you need any help going through it. And of course, like Lakeisha said, we're available to help Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. You can contact us at this phone number. We also have the option within GoBiz and on our website to get help, and that'll put you in contact with one of our customer service representatives as well. So what I want to do now is let me go ahead and switch gears a little bit. This out of the way, see what I'm getting. Okay, so here's a view of our website. Here's where you will go to access GoBiz, which she just went over with you all. So I'm going to click there and I'm going to sign into my account, and I want to go over a few live things with you all. Name and right. Let's see. My name type
No.
correctly up there?
Nope.
What am I missing?
ALTAZAN.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let me go ahead really quick too. I wanted to try to access the chat. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second. Oh no, I didn't share. Stop sharing. I want to check for any questions in our little chat. It doesn't look like we've gotten any new ones, so I'll just continue on with that then. Well, let me get in really quick.
And Erica, I'll just add, everyone, please, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. We have the experts online with us that could give us the answers. So don't be shy. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat box.
I am accessing my account really quick and then I will share it with you guys. All right, I'm gonna share my screen again now. It's gonna ask me to end annexes. Okay, so we're gonna go to sign in. What is going on? Sorry, guys, I might be typing something wrong. I may be trying to type too fast. Okay, here we are signed in to GoBiz. Okay, so a few things that Lakeisha touched on that I'll just show you live, and if you have any questions, like I said, please share those. But this get starting button is what she really emphasized, and that's gonna be really where you start any of your original filings. So what we'll do is go in through one of these, and it's gonna give you any of the filing options online you have with our office. That name reservation she went through with you guys, the Register of Louisiana business just starting up, and then you also have the option to file a trade name, trademark or service mark. That one's listed down here. It's that second to last one right above none of the above. So just to go over those tax types though, I want to show y'all this Register of Louisiana business just starting up. When I hit next and then start new business filing, is where it's gonna ask me for my tax types or my business type. So I'm gonna do an LLC and then it's gonna go through domestic or foreign. Domestic just means it's registered, its home state is Louisiana. If it's registered outside of Louisiana, registering to do business within the state, that's gonna be what's considered a foreign entity. But I think most of yours will fall under that domestic category. So the tax types listed and that are available to you with the Department of Revenue, since this is a portal with 3 different agencies, are listed here. I'm gonna select no accounts needed, no to this, and no here, just to show y'all this validation we went over. When I select next, since I am an LLC, it's gonna allow me to go through, but once I select that I'm taxed as a corporation, if I try to proceed, it's gonna pull up those tax types she told y'all are required for corporations and entities taxed as corporations. So to keep the application a little more simple, I'm just gonna proceed with filing as an LLC taxed as a sole proprietorship. I'm going to put my business name here. We'll try to type kind of quickly. I want to get to that NAICS code page that she went over so we can show y'all that drop down that she mentioned. And I'm only gonna fill out required fields. And we do have these copy and paste features. So when you're going through, a lot of the time it's gonna feel like you're typing in the same information over and over again for a lot of your filings, because you will be using the same address. So you do have the option the first time you type it all in, use this little copy address button. And then for the rest of the application, you will be able to paste it in using this little clipboard. Okay, this is the registered agent page she went over. So this is who you will provide an email address for, because this is who will receive the agent acceptance email that will complete the filing once it's reviewed by our office. Type it in twice for confirmation.
Go again. Put it in.
We're gonna,
There's a period after the G. Is there?
mhm. There you go. Thank you. Sorry, you guys, we're on a big screen. My eyes are bad. Lakeisha's helping me see. Paste that address there. Since it's an LLC, the titles are gonna be member or manager. If I select manager managed, my title is gonna have to be a manager here. I'm gonna have to have at least one manager listed. If I were to select that member managed, I would need at least one member listed there. So that's gonna be another validation that kind of trips people up a little bit that you wanna watch out for.
And Erica, can you let them know why with the LLC, it's managers or members instead of president and secretary or what have you?
Yes, ma'am. Any officer titles like what you're talking about, the president, the secretary, those are gonna apply to corporations. Corporations use officer and director titles, and LLCs use member manager titles. So you may use the officer titles within your company and in your bylaws possibly, but bylaws aren't registered with us. So you would keep those within your company as far as the Secretary of State is concerned. It's just gonna be members and managers for LLCs. Here's where I'll review all the information that I've previously input, the name of the company, the registered information. Again, with the confirmation. And then this is where it's let me know that once it's processed by our office, my agent, who I provided an email address for, will receive that email that they will need to accept or decline within 7 days in order to complete that filing. Okay, this is the NICS code page. So this is where you're gonna select your NICS code, which is gonna be that up to 7-digit code that needs the 100% contribution to validate. And here is where you can either search it by keyword, by typing that there. But if you're not sure, the easiest way to do it is probably to search by sector and industry type. And you just, from the top, select those that apply closest to your entity. So I'll just kind of use the first one as a sample to show y'all how it just gets more specific the further down you go. And once I have that full code and I select it, here is where I will put the contribution. Since I'm just using one, that one code has 100% of the contribution, and then I'll be able to validate and proceed with the application. So that's kind of what I wanted to show y'all through that part of the application. That little speedometer she kept referring to up here that brings us back to the dashboard. I'm going to use that now to go back. And I want to quickly show y'all one that has the annual report due and what that looks like. Here. And I just happened to choose this one before, Miss Margaret. I didn't even know that was that this was going to be the one I was using. But I know this one has an annual report due, so I'm going to click to view it here. And it's going to give me all of my amendment options. Since I'm within the 30 days of the anniversary date, my annual report option is listed here. So I would click there to go through that application. And all that's going to be doing is confirming that the information that we have on file currently is accurate, or if you need to make any changes, this is where you would do that. So here's all the current information. If I needed to adjust any of it, I would use this little pencil over here and submit that. Another thing I wanted to show y'all that we went over is that SVF, and that's going to be found in the same place. So back down to that company. And over here, under activities and actions, it's gonna give me the option to view secure business filing information or add or change it. When I click there. Oops, I'm sorry, you guys. I actually started an application on that one, so let me delete that and go into a new one for you. And your dashboard isn't gonna look as cluttered as this one. You're likely not gonna have this many entities listed. This is just from helping previous customers. So add or change SBF enrollment. It's gonna go through those key points that Lakeisha showed you guys. Here they are. And this little blue link right here is where I'm gonna get that application we went over. So if you download the SBF authorization form, this is where you'll print it out, fill it out. You must make sure it matches identically to how it is registered in our system, down to the comma, down to the period. The officer title must match identically, the spelling of the name, and once it's notarized is when you would go through that filing, upload it for review for our office. Okay, back to the dashboard again. And I want to kind of go quickly through these profile options that she showed you. So up here, this little, looks like the little silhouette of a person. We're going to click there. And that is where you would manage those saved payments. Now, when you check out, it's also going to give you the option to save your payment there. If you didn't save it there and you want to save it for future checkouts, you would manage saved payments, add new card. And when you select to check out, you would put all of that information there. You'll click submit payment. It's not going to charge you anything. That's just going to make sure it's actually a valid card that you're saving, because you don't want to save something where you've mistyped a number. You go to use it later and it doesn't work. Oops, looks like it logged me out. Let's see if I can get back in more quickly this time than I did the first time. 13 period. Okay. And the profile again here, if at any point you need to update the email address you're using to log in for whatever reason, you would do that from this profile also, and that's going to be under Edit Master Account. Edit Master Account is going to pull up what's current with our office just for your profile, not for the entity, just for your profile. And down here, it's going to give you the option to change your email address or change your password within the account. Now, you also have the option to change your password when you're logging in with that email address. You would select forgot password. It's going to send an email to that email address, and you can change it that way if you've forgotten it. But this is the only way to change the actual email address associated with the account. Yes. And then before I check the chat one more time, another thing we talked about that I wanted to show you guys was under the profile. So if I edit the GoBiz profile, if I did have an attorney draw up my documents and I wanted to upload those within my account, within the filing, here is where I would access the routinely file and submit new business registrations for individuals other than myself, or choose to upload signed and notarized documents. So that's where you would access that. That's where within the application, it would then give you that option. Okay, I still don't see any questions in the chat. I hope we're not just missing them and they're not sitting there. Miss Margaret, can you check on your end for me and make sure I'm not missing anything?
Yes, again, I have to apologize for all the technical difficulties we're having. I don't see anything. The last thing in the chat was by Miss Aubrey, and she was just answering. That's when we were having trouble with the sound. But
Okay.
I would like to say, if you can, express the importance of the annual reports. If you don't file the annual reports, do the Secretary of State revoke your filings?
Yes, ma'am, exactly. So I showed you the annual report within the business, but we'll go over it on the calendar again so you can see the importance of those dates. So on the calendar for any entity you have associated with your business, and that means any business that you see listed under businesses up here is gonna be shown here on the anniversary date. The anniversary date is gonna be the date that the filing was completed by our office. That is the date that the registered agent accepted. So once that is done, that assigns your anniversary date. The following year, 30 days ahead of that anniversary date is gonna be when that annual report is due. You'll actually receive, if it is listed under your businesses tab, if you haven't removed it for whatever reason, you will receive an email from our office. That email will be kind of vague. It's just gonna say that you have an alert. And once you click on that email and within that alert, it's gonna sign you in. Then you'll see the specific alert within the profile that says your annual report is due, and it'll give you the option to file it there. So you are gonna get that notification from our office the 30 days ahead of the anniversary date. You will be in good standing, even if you don't file within those 30 days. But once that anniversary date passes, your entity will show active but not in good standing. And depending on the entity type is how long you have to file your annual report after you're not in good standing before you are terminated or revoked. LLCs get a little bit longer. You can go 3 years without filing your annual report. You really don't want to do that though, because it's still going to show that you're not in good standing. So you want to keep up with that date. Corporations don't have as long. I think it's 90 days beyond that date that you're revoked, but you will receive notification from our office in the form of a letter before that happens for both LLCs and corporations.
Thank you for that. Also, could you tell them if they wanted to terminate their filings, how could they legally do that? Is that something that
Sure.
could be done with the annual report?
It cannot be done on the annual report, no ma'am, but what you can do, and let me go back to my businesses tab and I'll just choose one and hope it has the correct options. Let's do here's a domestic LLC. I'm not sure this one is still gonna be active though. Yes, so you have the option to file your affidavit to dissolve is what you would file for an LLC. And it would walk you through that application and you would pay that online fee of $100. And that's what's gonna be submitted to dissolve the entity with our office. So you would do that for an LLC or a corporation. Let me pull up one of those so I can show you that too. Back to my dashboard. Let's see if this one's still opened. Yes, so for this one, you would file corporations file the simplified articles of termination. So you would select that option here, and that would walk you through that application before you checked out and submitted it to our office.
Thank you so much. Anyone have any other questions? Would a failure to file annual report result in a fine?
It's not gonna necessarily result in a fine unless you let it get beyond that date that we talked about where you are terminated or revoked, in which case you would need to reinstate the entity, and that fee is much higher than the annual report, as you can see here. Like, it looks like this one probably has already been administratively terminated, and the filing fee drastically increases to get it back active and in good standing after that's happened.
Okay, and once they register with GoBiz, you could have multiple, as you shown us in your account, you could have multiple filings. So if I have a LLC started in, say, 2023, I could add, like in 2024, if I started another one, I could add that, just keep adding them continuously.
Yes, ma'am,
That's
absolutely. So anything you file originally through GoBiz is automatically gonna be shown on your businesses tab. If before you created a GoBiz account, you have an entity that you started in 1990 that you've kept up with, you can also add that business to your dashboard. I'll show you. Under businesses, under add existing business. So you would click add existing business and you could search here by the entity name, entity number, or an officer or agent. And when you search and pull that up, and this one's gonna yield a lot of results, but at least you can see once I search it. It's gonna pull up anything with that in the name, and it gives me the option by using this little green plus sign over here to associate the business with my account. So now I found it, I wanna associate it, I click that little button, and it's gonna add that one to my account as well.
Okay. Now, another question I have is how long after a business has been dissolved or revoked can someone else use their name?
Depending on the entity type and how it was closed. So, I think if it's a LLC and it's dissolved, that name is gonna be available immediately. Corporations, I think, hold for some period of time after they're closed. But I would need to refer to the laws to know what those are. But you won't have if you've submitted it to our office, whenever it's filed, those online filers are gonna know whether it's available or not.
Okay, thank you for that. Anyone else have any questions? I don't think so. I guess you guys did a wonderful job if no one has any questions.
I know it's a lot of information to take in, so
Yeah.
if that's the reason we're not getting any questions, please, feel free to reach out to us. Like I said, we have a great customer service team who's happy to help and walk you through any of these filings or answer any of these questions for you. If they don't know the answer, they can reach out to somebody else in the office who does, and we will get you the answer to any question you have.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Well, if we don't have any more questions, we'll go ahead and conclude for today. I want to thank everyone for joining, especially our guest speakers for their awesome presentation. Within 5 to 10 business days, this session will be available on our Office of Economic Development YouTube channel, along with previous recorded sessions. Our next session is Tuesday, February the 27th. And our guest speaker is a representative from the Orleans Parish Clerk of Civil District Court Land Records. Remember to check your emails and remember to check your email for reminders, And I hope you all will join us again. Again, my name is Margaret McGee. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Everyone enjoy and have a great day.
Thanks for having us, Miss Margaret. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.